Okay, here's where we're at. We've got a null hypothesis. Sex is not related to poverty. It's a 2x2 contingency table. Sex, male, female. Poverty is categorical as well, at or below the poverty line versus above the poverty line. We've talked about our observed cell frequencies, denoted by O, not 0, but O. We've talked about our expected cell frequencies, denoted by capital E. So we've calculated the expected cell frequencies for each cell simply by taking each cell's row total, multiplying it by the cell's column total, dividing it by the total. The next thing we need to do is calculate each cell's chi-square value. And as you can see, I've made space in each cell for the chi-square value. So how do we do that? Well, it too involves a formula, but it's pretty easy. Just be very neat, be very clear with your math, and you should have no problem at all. For each cell, calculate chi-square. And what is chi-square again? Chi-square is the difference between observed and expected cell frequencies. For each cell, calculate chi-square. Then add all cells chi-square together for the composite or total chi-square value. That composite or total chi-square value is the data-generated chi-square value for the analysis. So getting back to this sheet here, once we have the correct chi-square value, for each cell, simply add those four values, in this case 4 because it's a 2x2 or 4 cell contingency table, add those values together for the composite chi-square value, the total chi-square value for the contingency table. That is data-generated chi-square. So again, how do we go about doing that? Well, we go about doing that by using this formula right here, right there, for each cell. As you can see, for each cell. Chi-square equals O, observed frequency, minus E, expected frequency, square it. So square that difference, find the difference. Remember, do what's in the parentheses first. Find that difference, square it, and divide by E. That's it. Do that for each cell. O minus E, observed, whatever number is in observed, and that's just how the data fell. That's our observed frequency. You're doing this for each cell. O minus E for the cell. Square that difference, divide by E. So, then again, add all cell chi-square values together for the data-generated chi-square value. All right? So I'm going to do that now, and you do it too, and see what you come up with. And I will also, of course, include a worksheet showing the math as well. All right? So go ahead and calculate chi-square values for each cell. Simply take observed minus expected, square that difference, and divide by expected. So 20 O minus 24 E, 20 minus 24, that's negative 4. Square that value, negative 4 times negative 4 is 16, and then divide by E, expected, 16 divided by 24. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause this. And then when I come back, the next clip, I will have what I hope are accurate answers for each cell's chi-square value, as well as adding the 4 of them together, the composite chi-square value, the total chi-square value.